Happy New Year mga kadonatics! Sana naman masaya ang pagsalubong nyo sa bagong taon despite sa mga bad news natin nakikita sa social media patungkol sa Pilipinas. And speaking of bad news, pasensya na mga kadonatics, may bad news na naman tayo. Anyway, kailangan talaga natin malaman to. Trending ngayon sa social media ang 2024 list ng riskiest and the safest city in the world. And of course, as always, BBN's administration does not fail to place us among the highest. As always, in 2 years, nako! Nakakahiya talaga. Kasi nga, yung mga Duterte critics, sabi nila during his term, napakadelikado ng Pinas. Pero iba kakalabasan ngayon. Iba yung nangyayari. In 2 years term, nako, palagi tayong nasa highest. Palagi tayong nangunguna. Oh no! At ang napakawalang hiya pa nito, sinabi ng Malacanang na bumaba daw ang crime rate sa panahon ni BBM. Self-gratification is fatal, my friends. Anyway, let's watch the videos.
Panglimang Maynila sa listahan ng riskiest city o pinakamapanganib na lungsod sa buong mundo para sa mga dayuhang turista base sa pag-aaral. Sa report ng American Business Magazine na Forbes Advisor, 91.49 ang overall risk score sa Maynila. Sa 60 lungsod sa mundo, panglima ang Maynila sa personal security risk, pampito sa health security risk, pangsyam sa krimen, pangsyam sa infrastructure security, at pang-12 sa digital security. Binigyang diin ang pagiging vulnerable ng lungsod sa mga kalamidad, issue sa seguridad at kalusugan na posible raw maging banta sa mga dayuhan. Singapore naman ang itinuturing na safest city for tourists sa buong mundo.
Kilala niyo siguro yung South China Post, right? It's an international media based Hong Kong. Ngayon, may nilabas sila nung isang araw in support of the video that we just watched. Let's read it. Okay, ano sinabi nila? Most read of 2024, the least risky city to visit in the world is Singapore, which scored a stunning 0 out of 100. Singapore named safest city for travelers, Manila one of the riskiest. Oh no! Oh, come on. Na-publish to July 2024. Ngayon, isang araw, binalik na naman nila before na bagong taon. Kasi nga, eto, may bagong mga updates. Oh no, what a mess, Pilipinas. Nabasahin naman natin yung sabi ng Malacanang na bumaba daw ang crime rate sa panahon ni BBM. Oh no, as I said, self-gratification is fatal. Okay, let's go. Okay, anong sinabi dito? Manila crime rate rises worse in Southeast Asia. Not only in Southeast Asia, in the world. Tumaas pa, sabi ng Inquirer.net. Ngayon, yung sabi ng Philstar, the Philippines is safer and the people are more secure than ever under President Marcos. Oh no! Oh no! Totoo ba to? Sabi ng palasa, safer under Marcos. Grabe! Maniniwala ba kayo dito mga kaibigan, mga kadonatics? Nabayaran ata tong Philstar Hay! Pero bakit iba ang sinasabi ng taong bayan? Bakit iba ang sinasabi ng international medias? Ikaw kapatid, kung nanonood ka sa akin, kumusta sa Pinas? Ang safety nyo, kumusta? Comment down below kung totoo ba talaga itong sinabi ng Malacanang na bumaba yung crime rate. Mas safe daw ngayon. Dahil nga sa mga nangyayari sa bansa, lumabas na naman ng isang video or nagtrending na naman yung video ng isang foreigner, Spanish actor, kung saan sinabi niya mas grabe yung safety sa panahon ni Tatay Digong. Mas nakakalakad sila na mag-isa, na walang pinoproblema, na ma-hold up or something like that. Panoorin natin yung video.
Thanks to the war on drugs of Duterte, we Filipinos are safe again. Once again, we feel safe in the streets. In the streets of Sampaloc last year, we couldn't walk. You know, before Duterte, we couldn't walk in the streets of Sampaloc at night. I had waitresses gun held. You know, several students couldn't walk in the street at 2 a.m. Now they can. Now you say you can see young students walking at 3 a.m. in the middle of the street. So to all those people who are scandalized by the war on drugs, the human rights, etc., how about the human rights of the people who don't take drugs?
That's true.
And feel unsafe? How about the safety of the people who go to work every day? How about the safety of the students who have to go home late? Of a young girl that has to go home late? How about the safety of those? You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You cannot just get the human rights, etc., 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 and give all the safety to those to the drug pushers, to the drug dealer, to the drug consumers. You wanna keep them safe? And keep unsafe the people who want to go work, the people who don't do drugs, the people who want to go study. Those are the ones you gotta keep safe. Not the drug pushers and the drug consumers. You want to do drugs? Fine. Do it at home. Inside your house. Okay? Never in the streets. So I really clap the initiative of Duterte against drugs, against smoking. We cannot smoke anymore in the streets. Yes, thank you, Duterte.
Bumalik
Let
lahat
the people
ngayon.
smoke at home, dirty their own homes. Yes. Aside, hopefully, some people will get healthier and not smoke anymore. It's working. We're gonna have healthier youth. We're gonna have safer streets. Safer everyone. You know, I have some relatives or some friends that say, no, because they're scared of losing freedom. Okay, I get the point. They think the martial law of Marcos is coming back and the atrocities are gonna happen, etc., etc. Okay. You are not in the streets of Manila. You, my rich friends, don't walk in the streets of Sampaloc, Manila, where I've seen a lot of things happen. Where I could feel the fear 2 years ago. And now, I can walk in the street, being a white guy. Young girls can walk in the streets safely,
Grabe, no?
okay? Relaxly. And that
First 2 years
that has
yan
no
ni Tatay
price.
Digong, ha?
It doesn't ruin the life of one person. If you do it at home, that's fine. Okay, you're not ruining. I mean, if you live alone, if you don't have kids, if you don't have parents, okay, who you will affect. If you don't even have friends, I don't want you to be my friend and be drugged the whole day. I don't want. I'm not gonna keep on going with you. You do it once in a blue moon, fine. Okay, that's fine. But if you're doing it repeatedly, your head is not gonna work anymore. And our relationship is not gonna work anymore. And you're not gonna be able to work well anymore. And attend to your clients and attend to whoever. You're ruining the love, your love life. You're ruining the life of the people you love around you.
Tama.
End up damaging someone. End up stealing something. If you're rich enough, drug yourself at home. That's fine. Do whatever you want at home. Okay? But not don't drug yourself and then go to the streets, which was the dangerous part of all of this. Drug people walking around the streets, hurting other people. Hurting other people who just want to go to work, who just want to go to study. Yeah. There's no right for that. That's not human rights. You have the human right of the people who want to do their regular life is way above the human right of a guy who wants to take drugs or sell drugs and go to the street and damage those other people. Okay? And it happened a lot. Because some people don't have control. If you have super control and you drug yourself at home and you don't bother anyone, you lock yourself in and you don't bother anyone, fantastic, good, enjoy your life. You want to do that? Fine. I just recommend it, but fine. Freedom, okay? But the people who do it in the streets, or do it at home and then go to the streets, or the people who are drinking by 7-Eleven and bothering everyone and dirtying the place and being on the streets and smoking in the streets, doing drugs in the streets, go to EDSA, you can see all the kids sniffing ointment in front of police. Let's do something.
Nawala
Let's fix
yan
this
lahat
country.
sa panahon ni
Finally,
Duterte.
we have someone with the balls enough to go against everything and anything and out of love to fix this country, out of love for this country. We have a hero, Duterte. Thank you, Duterte. You're a hero, you're a superhero. Going against anything, against public opinion, against other countries' opinion. You know,
Grabe.
they talk a lot about Duterte out of the Philippines, saying a lot of bullshit about him. But you know what? Most of the people in the Philippines, in his country, the ones he affects, love him. Yeah? Most of the people in this country love him. I'm just
Yes.
a Duterte supporter who can see clearly what's happening. I can see clearly how it affects me and the people around me in Sampaloc, Manila. We see it constantly, fighting corruption, finishing the red tape, finishing all this bullshit, fixers. Something to fix yet? We have to wait 3 months for a passport appointment. It's crazy. Everyone was wanting a change. Everyone, oh, let's change the Philippines. Let's hope some politician changes the Philippines.
Yes.
Well, he's changing it. He's changing it, and he's changing it very fast.
That's true.
Do you think change is not going to be painful? Do you think change is easy? It's not. Change is always painful. Growth is always painful. Learning is always painful. change comes at a price. So if you want the change, you gotta pay the price. Are you willing to pay the price? There's some people who will always have an excuse to attack Duterte. You know, it's fucking hard to be the president, you know? I tell you, you who talk so much, why don't you run for president and do it? You know, you're doing the worst thing you can do. You know what you're doing? You're poking the eyes of the driver. We're all in the same bus. He's the driver. He won the elections, alright? So that's it. You believe in democracy, so now you have a president. He was voted. So accept whatever he fucking wants to do. Accept his leadership. If you're poking the eyes of the driver, we might have an accident. Let's all support Duterte. And next election, let's vote again. And vote whoever you want. Or present yourself, smartass. Present yourself. You try to be the president and try to get all the spanking after. It's fucking hard to be the president. Bravo Duterte, bravo. Thank you.
Alright, di ba? Ang ganda. Nag-trending tong video na to like few days ago. I don't know what's the reason. Probably the people are tired now. Nakikita nila na may krimen. Araw-araw, patay dito, patay doon. Grabe, hindi lang krimen, nakawan, droga, at iba pa. Ngayon, binalikan ng mga tao kung gaano kaganda yung first 2 years ni Tatay Digong. Iba talaga. Ang first year pa lang, ang dami niya nang nagawa. Compare ngayon sa 2 years and a half ni BBM. Hay nako, wala talaga, wala sa kalingkingan. Now, there's a link that confirms and supports na sa panahon ni Tatay Digong ay mas maganda talaga ang pamumuno. Safe na safe tayo. Compare ngayon sa panahon ni BBM. Let's read the link. Manila was undoubtedly safer during the Duterte administration. Despite the brutal and controversial nature of his war on drugs, under the Duterte, the streets felt safer. Diba? Because of his iron-fisted approach that left no room for criminals to thrive. Ang ganda pagkasabi dito. The visible presence of law enforcement combined with his no-mercy stance on crime put the fear of the law in many, forcing criminals to think twice before operating. Diba? Ang ganda. Yes, his methods were violent and inhumane. Inhumane para sa iba. But they undeniably delivered a semblance of peace, something that is now lacking under Marcos. In stark contrast, under Marcos, the situation in Manila is far more dangerous. Diba? Criminality runs rampant in the streets, with petty crime escalating and a sense of lawlessness creeping into the daily life of Filipinos. It's just so sad and disheartening. Despite the absence of the Duterte's hardline approach, the Marcos administration has failed to effectively curb crime. What's worse, blatant killings and brazen acts of violence are now seen as daily occurrence. Oh, every day, ganito na lang ang makikita natin, right? At maririnig. As the power of law enforcement seems to have faded into the background. Wala na. Napaka-weak talaga. Sabi nga ng Tatay Digong, weak na weak si BBM. The Marcos administration's inability or unwillingness to address the growing threat of criminal violence is putting the lives of citizens in jeopardy. This is so bad. Oh no. Duterte may have been criticized for his authoritarian rule, but his harsh tactics undeniably brought a level of order to Manila that is desperately missing today. Feel nyo ba? Compare it during the time of Duterte and the time of Marcos. Compare. At masasabi nyo talaga na ang laki ng pinagkakaiba. Under Marcos, the streets are not just unsafe, they are chaotic and the absence of any real effective leadership is evident. If Duterte's Manila was safer, it is because he was willing to do what it took. Wow, I like this statement here. It is because he was willing to do what it took, no matter what the cost. No matter what the cost. Under Marcos, the cost of inaction is becoming far too high. Let's think and meditate upon these words, my friends, mga kadonatics. Iba talaga ang isang Tatay Digong. Kaya na-miss siya ng mga Pilipino. Na-miss nating lahat. Dadaan na lang namin sa social media kasi nga wala tayong boses. Wala tayong backup sa gobyerno ngayon. That even the Vice President is being thrown away, is being destabilized. How much more as ordinary citizen? Ito na lang talaga yung boses natin through social media. Kaya my dear friends, mga kadonatics, share this, comment, and support other vloggers too. Salamat. Bye-bye. Wow, look at that. Grabe, nasa 90s palagi tayo ah. Paano na Pinas? Paano na BBM? Ano klase ito? Eto, may statement sila. Bumaba daw yung crime rate ngayon compare sa nakaraang administrasyon. Nakakahiya, pero kakaiba yung sinabi ng Philstar. Let's go.